Tell me about the three most influential people in your life and how they impacted you.
So I would say the first one would be my husband, who has encouraged me in so many ways and pushed me in so many ways personally to dig deeper into my own, say, emotions, my own thought processes, challenging my thought processes. I remember when we first started dating and we would talk for hours and hours and hours, and we would challenge each other in our thought processes, which is always, quite frankly, uncomfortable because it makes you dig deeper and understand more why you believe what you believe. And that's something that we encourage our kids to not just be carbon copies of us, but to truly understand what you believe and why you believe what you believe. So, he definitely comes to mind as number one. And my grandparents, my grandfather and my grandmother were, I would say, number two and number three. They taught me tremendous amounts, and it rolled into my parents, of course, as that was, my mother's parents in particular, the ones I'm thinking of. But they gave me a huge appreciation for that generation. In our country, it was like the World War II generation, and yours as well. And my grandfather served in the military. He was a paratrooper. He was shot multiple times, had a Purple Heart award, many, many awards, and just a very brave man. And my grandmother was a tiny little Italian woman who loved to cook and just had, say, the value of family, and instilled that in throughout our entire family. So they were both very influential people, and I was privileged enough to be able to spend a lot of time with them and record a lot of their stories, and I ended up turning it into like an autobiography for them, and thankfully was able to share it with my grandfather before he passed and get it printed so my grandmother could see it. So they both were able to check it out, but it's something that we were able to pass down through the generations in my family, and my kids now have copies of it. And so, yeah.
I really love that.